Hey guys, what's up? It's me, your girl, MarianNala. Today's video is all about this look right here, and this is my take on latte makeup. I've been seeing this trend all over the internet, and honestly, it kind of reminds me of soft glam makeup, but a little bit more like smudgier, a little bit more natural, and a little bit more like almost like sultry and kind of glowy and dewy, whereas soft glam is a little bit more matte and a little bit more like defined and structured. But nonetheless, this is my take on the trend. If you guys want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching.
What's good? 'Cause we just trying to get it poppin', what's good? Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's clip our hair back because we are doing a full face of makeup today, and I'm honestly excited for it. Now, we are doing latte makeup, which again, I don't know, you guys, there's so many makeup trends going on right now, like it's hard for me to keep up. But from what it looks like a little bit of a more like almost messier soft glam kind of version. Like it's giving very soft glam, but a little bit more shimmers and a little bit more like smudged out and smoked out. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna see how it looks on me because I haven't done latte makeup before. I've done soft glams. That's kind of like my everyday look, but latte makeup is interesting. It's a cute little take on that trend. So let's see what happens. One thing that I'm noticing is that the skin is very glowy. The skin is not necessarily dewy, but like there's almost a sheen to the skin. Because I want that dewy and almost sheen effect, I'm going to be going in with the Black Opal Stick Foundation. This is their skin perfecting one, and it actually has SPF 15 in it, which is pretty nice. And I'm going into the shade Hazelnut, and this is going to be like our main like face shade. I'm also going to be tapping it into the skin instead of like just applying lines because I do want this to again be very effortless, and I don't want any like harsh lines, and I also don't want like too much pigmentation because a lot of the latte makeup looks that I've been seeing, a lot of the skin is peeking through, especially if like the person has freckles. So we're just going to do a light application. For concealer, I'm going to use the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. This is in the shade C12.5. And I'm not going to do as much concealer as I usually do because again, this is a very like clean kind of face look, and most of the focus is really on the eyes and I believe the lips. So we're just going to do a little bit of concealer today. Not as much as I normally do, but if I need to build it up, then I will. I do want a little bit more coverage, not too much, but I'm just gonna apply just a teeny bit. And I'm also gonna leave it there and let it like liquid bake, and then we'll move on to the next step. For contour, I'm also going to be going in with their Skin Perfecting Skin Foundation, and this one is in the shade Ebony Brown, and I'm just gonna use this as my contour today. I just wanna stick with like cream products as much as I can for this look, just because that is gonna give us the dewy slash satin skin look that we're going for. I'm also going to take a little bit on the back of a brush. I'm going to just contour my nose and make sure that I'm starting the contour right at my eyelid, and that's going to like really like push the sockets back and add that definition that we want. One good swipe of contour right there, and honestly, like, your nose gets snatched, your eyes get snatched, they get set a little bit more back so you have a little bit more dimension. Very nice all around. I'm gonna go ahead and blend out the concealer really quickly before we move on to our eyes. I'm setting it with some banana powder just because I want the under eye to be very like bright rather than like kind of closer to my skin tone. And this is just gonna make all of the shadows in the areas next to it pop. Boom. Now let's move on to our eyes. It's gonna be a whole bunch of browns. So if I were you guys, just get like a really good neutral brown palette. If you guys don't have one, like any brown shadows will do. The first shade I'm going to go into is from the Juvia's Place at Freak palette, the shade Cameroon. And it's just a nice light brown, and I like using it as a transition color. I'm also not applying any primer or concealer on my eyelid because I want the natural oils to kind of melt the shadows and again give that satin dewy finish. Next, I'm going into the Juvia's Place Bronzed Rustic palette, and I'm going to go into this shade right here. It's a really pretty brown that's a little bit deeper than the first shade that we had. I'm going to like put that all over our lid. As you guys can see, the latte eye look is already coming together, like just with 2 eyeshadows. I'm just saying. For the latte makeup looks that I've seen, the eyes aren't super defined and they're not like super dark and deep, but I have big eyes and so I like to define my crease a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with just a slightly darker brown and put that in our crease. I'm also not blending it that far up into the crease because I do want to keep like this like blown out effect here. So I'm just gonna literally like keep it in that line and not even go all the way to the front of the eye because we already have that contour line that's already giving us that definition and I don't want the shadows to be competing. Going back into the bronzed rustic palette, I'm going to be going into this shade right here. It's a really pretty gold color. It's slightly darker than a normal gold, so there's a little bit of bronze in there, but I'm gonna dab some of it off on the back of my hand. And I'm going to tap it ever so lightly on the front of the eye. I'm only keeping it at the front of the eye and I'm not going to apply it all over the lid. I'm going to go back in with our lid color and go right on top of that just to kind of dim down some of that shimmer. I'm also going to take our lid shade and smoke out our lower lash line. And you can bring it down as far as you want. I'm going to bring it down quite a bit. I really like a smoky eye and also like it adds to like the sultriness of the look. Going back into the Afrique palette, I'm going to go into the shade right here called Kofi. Again, tapping the excess off on the back of my hand. And I'm going to apply it to our inner corner just for a little pop. I'll also blend it a little bit into the lower lash line as well, just so then there's no harsh lines. And then blend it out with the eyeshadow that's already down there. For blush, I'm going to be going in with this blush right here. This is the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Blush, and this is in the shade Coral Crush. It's really, really pretty. And the reason why I'm going in with this one is because from the looks that I've seen, it's not very heavy on the blush at all. It's like almost faintly there. It's kind of like you're blushing from the inside. So I wanted to do a cream blush that will complement my skin tone and also doesn't like stand out too much. To set my face, I'm going in with the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. I really like this spray because it leaves a really nice dewy finish on the skin, but also like melts everything together. For our lashes, we're going to keep it very simple and go with the Fenty Beauty Hella Thick Mascara. And this mascara, you guys, is so good. Like, I can't explain how much I love this mascara. It's literally become my everyday mascara. It's super black and it's so good at defining your lashes. Like, it's really crazy. Like, do you see the difference between no mascara and the Fenty Beauty one? Don't ever say I didn't put you guys on because this is literally like the best mascara I've ever tried. For the lips, I've seen a lot of like almost natural, barely there kind of lip colors with like a hint of pink. So I'm going to line my lips with just a little bit of brown liner and then apply a pink gloss in the middle. The gloss I'm going to be using is the NYX Butter Gloss in Bit of Honey, and it's just such a pretty shade. And this is the finished look. This is my take on latte makeup. And honestly, guys, this is really cute. This is actually pretty similar to some looks that I used to do when I was like in high school and stuff. Very quick and easy, and you can do it in like 10-15 minutes and then get out the door. So definitely a really cute look, and I will be doing it again. That's all for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.
And no, it ain't no turning down.